Coming up, we'll take a look at what's happening with the Sand Sharks this spring, as well as the pending USCB golf tournament. Welcome to the Bluffton News. I'm Anneliza Itkor, and these are Bluffton's current headlines. The South Carolina Department of Education has announced that 18 Beaufort County schools have earned 2013 Palmetto Gold or Silver Awards for student academic achievement, which is a huge leap forward from the 7 state awards received 5 years ago. Only 8 of South Carolina's 84 school districts had more schools to earn awards this year, and all have larger student populations and more schools than Beaufort County. The Palmetto Gold and Palmetto Silver program was created by the South Carolina General Assembly to recognize schools that attain high levels of absolute performance, high rates of growth, and substantial progress in closing achievement gaps between groups of students. The Cole Brothers Circus is coming to Bluffton, but it isn't all smiles and cotton candy. This week, protesters will be turning out to speak up against the cruel and inhumane treatment of animals who are confined to circus life. Currently, there's a worldwide movement to end the use of animals in circuses. Several countries and U.S.-based universities have successfully banned circuses that utilize animal acts after learning that in the hands of their trainers, the animals endure repeated and prolonged suffering. In 2011, Cole Brothers and its president pleaded guilty to violating the Endangered Species Act by illegally selling 2 Asian elephants. The circus was sentenced to probation and ordered to pay more than $150,000 in fines. The circus's owner is serving 3 years probation. Then in 2012, Cole Brothers Circus agreed to pay a penalty of $15,000 to settle charges with federal authorities for more than 10 charges, including failing to provide adequate veterinary care to elephants traveling with the circus and failure to hire personnel capable of caring for them. The group of local community members are encouraging all circus goers to do their own research before deciding to attend the circus. The Bobcats girls softball team presented Coach Bill Ball with a signed softball to commemorate his 100th victory after they beat Ashley Ridge 5-0 last Wednesday. Ball modestly refused to take any credit for the milestone, stating he did not get a single hit in any of those games. But Ball has been a constant for Bluffton softball over the years, having been involved with the program since the school's 2nd year in 2006. He was instrumental in helping the Bobcats become one of the premier teams in the area. Last week, a Jasper County grand jury indicted 5 former Hardeeville officials for misconduct in office. The charge of misconduct in office means an individual did knowingly, intentionally, and willfully engage in acts of misconduct by engaging in acts of omission in the forms of malfeasance, misfeasance, and nonfeasance in breach of his duties to the public of good faith, honesty, and accountability. After a 4-year forensic audit identified irregularities, the State Law Enforcement Division opened a criminal investigation into Hardeeville finances. Indicted were Eric Washington, former police lieutenant, Santesia Henderson, former city treasurer, Randall Shane Haynes, former city manager, John Akadis, former fire chief, and James Hubbard, former police chief. An indictment is a charge, not a conviction. The court date is to be determined by the Attorney General. And here's what's happening around the state. A 30-year-old man has been shot to death outside a home in Greenwood. Greenwood County Coroner Sonny Cox said Tremaine Turner died about 2 hours after the 4 a.m. shooting last Saturday. Witnesses saw a car speed away right after Turner was shot, but investigators haven't figured out if the shots were fired from inside the car or by someone who got into the vehicle after the shooting. Authorities say they did not get a good description of the car or the person who fired the shots. A motive for the killing has not been determined. Police are trying to find a 19-year-old Georgetown man wanted for attempted murder who was mistakenly released from a state prison in Columbia before he served his whole sentence. Dwayne Johnson Jr. was serving a 6-month sentence for throwing bodily fluids on a detention officer when he was released Wednesday from the Kirkland Reception and Evaluation Center. Johnson was supposed to be in state prison until October, and then he was released to Georgetown County officials because he had a warrant out against him for attempted murder. Authorities think Johnson is likely in the Georgetown area, and Corrections Department officials are investigating what led to Johnson's mistaken release. Horry County officials are trying to determine how a mistake at an emergency call center led to a 3-minute delay responding to a condominium fire that destroyed more than 100 homes earlier this month. The initial 911 call on March 16th was sent to Myrtle Beach firefighters instead of Horry County firefighters. County spokeswoman Lisa Boursier says officials don't know why that happened or if the extra 3 minutes would have made any difference. The wildfire started near a power line less than 50 feet from the nearest building. It spread quickly in the dry, windy weather. 26 buildings were destroyed in about 30 minutes, leaving 190 people homeless. For more information on these headlines and more, please check out the media sources you see listed on your screen. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Coming up, Lynne Hummell of the Bluffton Sun has an insider's view of what's making news as the Bluffton News brings you hot off the presses. And Shellie West-Hodges brings us the Bluffton Business Report.
The smoked chipotle burrito is really good.
Yeah, my zesty cheesesteak burrito's great.
Are you familiar, Pete, with the phrase, don't mess with success?
Yeah.
Because this is not only messing with success, this is taking success to the cliff and shoving success over.
Success said, oh, please, don't do anything, leave me alone.
These burritos didn't even hear that. They heard, oh, put, and that was it. It was just like, wah. Egg everywhere.
Wake up to sirloin steak and fluffy eggs with the new zesty cheesesteak and smoked chipotle breakfast burritos. This is how you Sonic.
Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Today on Hot Off the Presses, Lynne Hummell joins us from the Bluffton Sun. Lynne, it's great having you back with some of Bluffton's more current issues. Let's start off with the Bluffton Parkway realignment. Is there anything new going on there?
Well, yes and no. The Public Facilities Committee of the Beaufort County Council voted 4-3 to endorse the original plan that would create a new 2.5-mile section of the Bluffton Parkway and eliminate a mile-long dogleg through it. The town of Bluffton officials had proposed a different version that they say would be safer and promote development, plus save millions in right-of-way costs from developer John Reed. Mr. Reed said that he would donate those rights of way if the town's option was chosen. And County Councilman Jerry Stewart said he felt like the committee was being held hostage, his words, by Reed's offer, saying that the town plan differs only slightly from the original. The debate will now move on to full council.
Well, it's gotten very complicated because I know there's 2 different proposals coming in. What do residents in that area think of these 2 plans?
Well, apparently there hasn't been much discussion about which one would be better, but rather, is it even necessary in the first place?
Okay. Well, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I don't live out there, but I do travel the Parkway, and I'm fine with it the way it is.
Well, that was just being fine with it the way it is would certainly save a lot of money.
Sure.
All right. Well, there is another roadway concern in Bluffton going on at the same time. Tell us about that.
That's right. The county wants to buy 4 acres in Greater Bluffton to link 2 dead-end roads. Old Miller Road, which opens onto Highway 46, and Lake Point Drive, which is off of Buckwalter Parkway. The land is in the middle of the Grand Oaks development. And the connection is part of the county's original comprehensive plan, and 2 years ago they began to work on an agreement with the developer, and now the county says they have gotten nowhere in those talks and have no choice but to take the property by eminent domain.
And what does the developer have to say about all this?
Well, the developer is Doug Robertson, and he says that negotiations have not been exhaustive and that county officials have not returned his phone calls and have not answered requests for a meeting. And he said he's willing to work with the county, even though he prefers a different route, saying that the county plan would cause traffic problems in the neighborhood. So the topic was tabled until next month's meeting.
Roadways, I'll tell you, they always seem to be a hot topic of conversation in this area with Bluffton growing so quickly. Let's follow up on the new Beaufort County School Superintendent. What's the latest on that?
Well, his contract was approved, a 5-year contract for Jeffrey Moss, who was selected recently to fill the position vacated by Valerie Truesdale. His base salary of $220,000 plus other compensation will make him one of the highest paid superintendents in the state, even among the larger districts. The board chair, Bill Evans, said that the district is also one of the 10 largest in the state, and that Mr. Moss has extensive experience as a superintendent, and so the compensation is appropriate for him.
Now, when does Mr. Moss start his new job?
His contract officially starts July 1st, but he will be present and participate in the work session that is scheduled for April 12th through the 13th. And you might remember we talked about this earlier, that work session will probably be, there will be a lot of discussion about the overcrowding at the Bluffton middle schools.
Now, I know that they're trying to get him into position while they're working on the new budget. I'm curious to know, is there any speculation other than experience? Is it really just the size of the district that he's managing that validates that large salary?
I'm sure there are so many options and elements and parts of this that we don't even know about that go into that.
Well, I know that he's going to do a terrific job. It was a very intense process with the selection committee. Lynne, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Anneliza.
Shellie West-Hodges has been hard at work putting together our Bluffton Business Report.
Well, we have had a busy day here in Bluffton. All started with the grand opening ceremonies for Bluffton Youth Sports and their Little League. I have with me Steve Clavell, who is the president of Bluffton Youth Sports, better known as BYS. Steve, tell us a little bit about your program and the kids here in town.
Well, we have a fairly large program. We got kids all the way from 4 years old for our T-ball program, all the way up to our Dixie Boys, which is 14 and 15-year-olds. Today we had our opening ceremony for everybody up to our majors, which is 11, 12-year-olds. And we have roughly about 530 kids in our baseball program.
Well, that's awesome, and y'all do a great job. Now, you have a lot of businesses that sponsor these sports events and the kids' teams, and that's really important, isn't it?
Yes, we do. We have quite a few sponsors out this year. Biggest sponsor is a local one, Dick's Sporting Goods, who come in this year. And then we have a lot of local ones. Kevin Sevier State Farm sponsors us. He's been with us for about 3 or 4 years running. Taylor's Landscaping, New York City Pizza. So, yeah, we have a lot of quality sponsors coming in that are local for us.
Well, that was awesome, and today was a great ceremony, and you had a special guest throw the first pitch, which I thought was great. Who was that?
Yes, today we had Weston Newton come out today and throw out our first pitch for us. That was quite special. I got to meet Weston personally now, shake his hand, so that was nice to be able to meet Weston, and he did an awesome job throwing out that first pitch for us today.
Well, thank you, Steve, and all you do for the area youth here, and play ball. Hi, I am here today for another great grand opening and to celebrate a new business, but existing business, here in downtown Bluffton. And here with me is Brad Barnett, who is the general manager of the new Tavern 46. Brad, thank you for having us, and congratulations on your new adventure. Tell us a little bit about the background of Tavern 46.
Well, Tavern 46 used to be Montana's. We decided to make some changes and make it a little bit classier. It's now more of an upscale, casual dining with a sports bar. We just decided it was time for change.
And you are located here on 46.
Yeah.
Is there any rhyme or reason for the name, just to give people an idea where you are?
Well, we figured the inside looked a lot like a tavern, and we're on Highway 46, so Tavern 46 just made sense.
And that's perfect. And we love Montana's, and I'm sure everyone will also love Tavern 46. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to you, and that's back to you.
Tara's Men's Den, located beside Tara's Salon at the Moss Creek Village, is a full-service salon for men only. Open Monday through Saturday from 9:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. We offer haircuts, color, highlights, waxing, and treatments for hair loss. No appointment necessary, so come enjoy a relaxing atmosphere for men only, and don't forget senior discounts every Wednesday. Call or visit us today. Our number is 843-837-5555.
Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Justin Jarrett joins us now to talk about the upcoming USCB golf tournament. Now, Justin, spring is always a very busy time for the USCB athletics. How are things going for the Sand Sharks?
Well, everything's going really well. Of course, it is our busiest time of the year. We have 6 teams in their competition season right now. Everybody's doing great. Men's and women's track and field don't get quite as much as publicity as some of the teams, but they're breaking school records every weekend, every meet so far this year. Men's and women's golf, both ranked in the top 20 as usual. The men just won their host tournament out at Oldfield a couple of weeks ago, so that was a big win for them. And then softball is kind of the story right now, the buzz around campus. 22-2 so far in just their second season of competition. So really a great start for that softball squad.
Well, before we get into that golf tournament, I want to hear more about the softball team. They're really having a great season. Now, do they have any home games coming up that we can come and watch?
They do, actually. They have a home conference doubleheader on Friday against Thomas University, so that'll be a big one. And then the following weekend, they'll be home on Saturday and Sunday, April 6th and 7th, with 2 more conference doubleheaders. So those are going to be big as they try to wrap up a Sun Conference championship. They're picked to win the conference in the preseason, and so far, so good.
Now, what do you feel is the reason the teams at USCB enjoy such great success?
Well, we have a great team in place from the administration all the way down to the coaches, and they have really done a great job of building the foundation. Now, the key to sustaining that, I think, is that we have to have the funding. And as you know, with the economy being what it is and the state budget being what it is, that's difficult to do. We do need help with some private dollars, especially on the scholarship side. And that's why we have our big scholarship fundraiser golf tournament coming up on May 20th out at Palmetto Bluff. We're looking for every kind of sponsor as well as people to play in that tournament. So you can help us out on any level. You can help us sustain the success we've had so far and keep this Sand Shark tradition going. Just go to our website. You can find a link to sign up for the golf tournament, or you can always give me a call at 208-8074.
Well, I know it's going to be a great tournament. Of course, the goal of an athletic department is to grow, and these fundraising efforts obviously are going to impact that. Are there plans to add new sports?
Not any formal plans at this time, but it's certainly something that we're always keeping on the horizon. The problem with adding a lot of sports is facilities, of course, and that's really where our fundraising efforts on a large scale are focused right now. If we could add a field house where men's and women's basketball and volleyball teams could play, that would certainly be a real boon. And I think if you look at a school like Florida Gulf Coast right now in the NCAA tournament, that school just founded in 1997 and they're making national headlines right now. So I think we have an opportunity in this location to kind of follow that model, and if we could get that field house and get basketball going, you never know. I mean, in a decade, we could be the ones who are busting brackets and making headlines.
Well, you've certainly had some athletes move on to terrific professional careers, so you're definitely doing something right. Tell us a little bit more about any other big events that you might have coming up.
Well, our women's golf team is going to be hosting the Sun Conference Championships. It'll be our first time hosting the Sun Conference Championship for golf, men or women, so that will be exciting. That's coming up on April 22nd and 23rd out at Oldfield, and of course will be open to the public. So hopefully the women can take home a conference championship, but it will be tough because the Sun Conference is outstanding in women's golf. In fact, SCAD Savannah just over the bridge is ranked #1 in the nation. So we'll be gunning for them, trying to take them down and win a championship.
Great. Well, I wish them the best of luck. Before we let you go, because of course we're talking about the fundraising efforts for the USCB golf tournament, how else can our viewers get involved with fundraising efforts for USCB?
Well, the easiest way to get involved is to just join the Sand Shark Club. That is our booster club. We know that we're a small school and we keep the entry level prices for that very low, very affordable, so that folks can get involved and just kind of come out and see what we're all about. Most of our Sand Shark Club memberships include season tickets, so it's an opportunity to come out and see the games, see the student athletes, and see what you're supporting, and hopefully once you've done that, you'll get involved on a little bit larger level.
Well, Justin, thank you so much for joining us today. It's always a treat, and go Sand Sharks.
Thanks so much.
After the break, Kim Viljac with this week's entertainment report, and you'll meet our special Bluffton News Pet of the Week.
Okay, so it's a romantic dinner for two. Now, I've already cut some tomato. Time for the vinaigrette. You are gonna love this. Okay, we need some sesame seeds. My favorite pan. Now, what's really important is...
With Merillat cabinets, you'll discover function that's irresistible.
Good thing I'm not the jealous type.
Welcome back. Here to tell us all about what's coming up in the Bluffton area is our entertainment reporter, Kim Viljac.
Get your hot dog. Dogs kids love to bite.
Hi, I'm Kim Viljac, and I'm out here at the Lowcountry Home and Garden Show, and boy have I learned a lot this weekend. Landscaping, flooring, painting, the vendors out here are phenomenal. Here with Jennifer from Carolina Millworks. Jennifer, how's the show been going for you?
It has been an outrageously good show. We're a local family-owned company here. Our mill that provides us with all of our product, interior and exterior, is a small family-owned business in the state of South Carolina, which we love doing business with them. Our exterior product is all solid mahogany. Great lifespan on that wood species, comes to you ready to hang, or we'll even do the installation for you.
We are here with Ashley from Lowcountry Paver, and this is a beautiful outdoor kitchen you have set up here. Can you just pick this kitchen up and put it in my backyard?
I would love to do that for you. We are a paver manufacturer. The outdoor kitchen is a really new, popular thing. It's a great way to expand your outdoor living space. Driveways, patios, a retaining wall, pool coping. We have fireplaces, fire pits. We just recently started carrying natural stone, and we're going to be getting in some travertine as well.
We're out here with Robbie from Cahill's. Robbie, how's the show been going for you?
The show's been great. The weather's clearing up. It's been a great day.
Well, what are you guys serving out here?
Burgers. We've got quarter-pound Nathan hot dogs. We've got fresh chicken tenders and French fries.
Adam from Scott's Meat over here.
That would be the butcher.
Correct. 2 Italian sausage, handmade. Peppers, onions.
Hey, we're here with John from Service Experts.
We're Heating and Air Company. We're located in Bluffton, South Carolina here. We'll take care of your heating and air, indoor air quality needs, ductwork. We also do insulation as well.
Sue Bender from Sunshine Nursery. Sue, how's it been going out here?
It's been really good. No constant flow of people coming in. We handle landscaping. We do hardscape. We do patios, driveways, walkways. We have a whole array of plants and flowers at the nursery.
John is with Hilton Head Exterminators. It's been really busy. How's it been for you guys?
It has. We've seen a lot of traffic. We've had a lot of good folks coming by. We've been really excited to be in it this year. Hilton Head Exterminators is a full-service pest control and termite control company. We have offices both in Hilton Head and in Bluffton. We service lots of folks and we welcome many more. Hilton Head Exterminators helps get you back in the game.
Yes!
Thank you.
Back to you.
That sounds like a lot of fun, Kim. Thank you. The Bluffton News Pet of the Week is Bagheera. Stunning eyes and a jet black coat are the first things that strike you when you lay eyes on Bagheera. He has an outgoing personality with humans and felines alike, and he is sure to impress as you get to know him. Bagheera is playful and affectionate and just 8 months old. He's the perfect cat for anyone looking to add a little joy and a lot of class to their life. For more information about Bagheera or other adoptable animals, please contact Brookshaven Animal Rescue at 843-757-7387. Thanks for joining us for the news program that is all Bluffton all the time. I'm Anneliza Itkor for the Bluffton News. We'll see you next time.